Hi guys and girls, video here on types of angles and how to name angles and sides and all that kind of thing. All before you even start getting into measuring and all that kind of jazz. So there are 4 main ones that you need to know. I'm going to grab a different colour if it's going to let me. I'll just drop everything. There we go. So a full turn. So if you were to face one way and do a full turn, you have turned a full 360 degrees. So if the whole way round is a full turn, and it doesn't matter whether you go clockwise or not, how much is a half turn? So that would be something like facing maybe that way and then turning round to face that way. How much would that be? That would be a 180 turn, also known as a straight line. So anytime you see anything referencing a straight line, it's going to be 180 degrees. So a quarter turn would be something like facing that way and then facing that way. What's that one? That's 90 degrees. And that's also known as a right angle. Right, that's always going to be 90 degrees. Now a 3/4 turn would be facing that way and then turning round and facing that way, but going the long way round, as you can see, around the outside. How much do you reckon that is? Where's 270? So there you kind of your basics. Then within that you've got these other 3 types of angles. You have an acute angle, an obtuse angle and a reflex angle. There's loads of different ways you can remember it, but most of the time people get mixed up between acute and obtuse. So an acute angle, I remember it as this, oh, it's cute, it's little. It's a little angle. Alright, they are anything between 0 and 90 degrees. They tend to look a little like that. That bit there. They can be any way up. They could be upside down. They could be right way up. But they are small angles. Obtuse is anything from 90 to 180. So they're kind of fat angles. I think obtuse kind of sounds like obese, if you imagine it a little bit. They tend to look like they're a bit laid back. But again, they can be upside down. They could be back to front. Any of these could be any way round. And then reflex. Reflex are the ones that go beyond 180 up to 360, and they're kind of the long way round angles. So instead of being an acute angle in the middle there, you would go the long way round, so it's the outside bit. Or again, it could be that way round, or it could be that way round. It doesn't matter, but it's always the long way round. And then once you get into measuring and naming sides, there's really only 2 things to remember. A line has to have 2 letters, an angle has to have 3 letters. And then what they quite often say is by referring to the vertices. Vertices is corners. In other words, what letters are you going to join up to make the lines or the angles? So an angle is made up of 3 letters, and a side is made up of 2 letters. And that will be more evident when I do some. So I've prepared a few. So the shortest side. On this triangle, which one is the shortest side? Hopefully you'll tell me it's this bottom one here. And in order to join the bottom to make that line, I would join up C and B together. Well, that's how we refer to it, as the line CB. Or it could be BC, it doesn't matter which way around you go. But the 2 points that you join together to make that line are C and B. The pink angle. So the pink angle, if you were to try and draw that angle, you would have to draw, give me my highlighter, you would probably draw that line and then draw that line. And then you'd know it's this bit here. Okay, so what you've drawn there, give me back my pen, is you've joined B to C, and then C to A. There you go. And it doesn't matter, you could do it the other way around, you could do A to C to B. Similarly, this one could have been B to C, it doesn't matter. Right, as long as it's got 3 letters, you should be okay. Now, a quick tip is the one where the angle is always the one in the middle. Alright, it's just a quick check to have. Right, and then, oh, where's my undo button? Undo. Let's try that again one more time. Don't know if this is going to work. No. Okay, so the acute angle. And I realised just now that they're all acute. So the smallest, we'll change that to the smallest angle. So where is the smallest angle? Oh, it's this one up here. That's the smallest one. And to draw that angle, you could join A to C and then A to B, or you could do B to A and A to C. Either which way, you are joining up C, A and B together. Right, C, A, B, and the angle is in the corner. If we look at the quadrilateral there, the vertical side, which one is the vertical side? It's this one here. Oh, it's a bit wiggly, but it is vertical. So vertical just means pointing straight up. So in order to do that, which 2 points have you joined together? You've joined together E and F. Now you could do it as F and E, it doesn't matter. The right angle. Where on this diagram is the right angle? And we said 90 degrees, quarter turn, that's a right angle. And it's here. So how would I draw that angle? Well, if I was drawing that angle, I would have to join D and E and F, and that would be this bit in the corner. So to answer that one, I would be joining D, E and F together. Now the obtuse angle. Where on here is the obtuse angle? It's the one that is more than 90 degrees. It's the one that's a bit of a fat angle. It's this one here. So in order to draw that angle, I would have to join up D, G and F. Right, or F, G, D, it does not matter. And then we would know it's this bit in the corner here. So to answer that question, what 3 points am I joining up? I'm joining up F, G and D. Now, the one thing is they must be capitals. Right? Must B. Capitals. When we start labelling angles and all sorts later on, you can do them in lowercase. So like this would be angle A, this might be angle B. But if you're naming them using corners, you have to use capitals. Right, if you're not using capitals, it will be wrong. So make sure you use them. See you soon. Bye.